In order to store food for the winter, the little ants each have their own duties, busy and meticulous, even breaking corn into kernels. Not only is their work orderly, but the variety is also nutritionally balanced. But Ah Chang doesn't think this way, because he never plans ahead. He just enjoys living in the moment, playing his violin to make his way in the world, living freely. After all, there's plenty of food, so he never worries about eating or drinking. When he's hungry, he nibbles on some leaves, and when he's thirsty, he drinks a cup of freshly squeezed flower dew. In short, he lives a life of ease and comfort. While eating, an ant fell into a mud pit, and due to exerting too much force, it fell in. This scene made Ah Chang laugh, saying no need to work hard, and that enjoying life is better. It's better to listen to music, dance, play the violin, and beat the drums. After saying this, he started performing for the ants. With a tune that tugs at the heartstrings, he wondered where to find a kindred spirit. Life should be lived as one wishes. The ants were successfully brainwashed and began to learn the slacker dance, dancing even better than Ah Chang. Meanwhile, the ant queen, surrounded by her guards, slowly passed by, and saw from a distance that her subjects were being unproductive. She immediately stopped, intending to step forward and give them a lesson. The ants were so engrossed in their dancing that they didn't notice the queen behind them. When they finally realized, it was like a child caught misbehaving by their mother. They quickly dashed towards the fruit cart stuck in the mud pit, grabbing both the cart and the fruit, and ran off. The ant queen's authority was indeed formidable. Although Ah Chang was very polite, his behavior undoubtedly angered the ant queen, as the corporate culture of the ant kingdom is all about rewarding hard work. Unexpectedly, Ah Chang was indifferent, and even tried to persuade the queen to join in their idleness. Seeing that he was incorrigible, the ant queen left in a huff, while Ah Chang disdainfully spat on the ground, affecting Brother Chang's mood. Well, in the blink of an eye, the autumn air was crisp and the leaves turned yellow. Ah Chang was still immersed in his own world, enjoying his freedom. Before long, the east wind blew, almost sweeping him away, just as the ant colony completed their final gathering work for the season. At this moment, snowflakes began to drift down from the sky, quickly covering the ground. Winter had arrived, and Ah Chang, dragging his heavy footsteps, braved the ice and snow, feeling lonely and desolate. Seeing no one around and with his stomach growling, he had no choice but to tighten his belt and keep moving forward. He finally spotted a withered leaf, but just as he reached out to grab it, a gust of cold wind blew it away. Watching his only hope drift away, Ah Chang reluctantly tightened his belt once more, picked up his violin, and continued on against the biting wind. However, after walking just 2 meters, he was frozen stiff and collapsed to the ground. Ow! Fortunately, at this critical moment, he spotted an ant's nest, which rekindled his hope. Using his last bit of strength, Ah Chang crawled to the window to look inside. Inside, the ants were singing and dancing, enjoying a feast, in stark contrast to Ah Chang outside. The kind-hearted ants opened the door, and without hesitation, brought the unconscious Ah Chang inside. They thoughtfully heated several buckets of hot water to warm him up, then fetched a blanket to cover him. After a few sips of warm carrot soup, Ah Chang's color returned. Faced with this unambitious fellow, the ant queen did not show a pleasant expression. She walked straight to Ah Chang and listened to her sing. At this moment, Ah Chang no longer had the initial mindset of giving up and was filled with regret and tears, pleading with the queen to take her in for the winter. However, the stern queen gave her a harsh lesson and handed back the violin to her. Ah Chang thought the queen was about to send her away,